On S15, we are going to look at as soon as Canvas gets me there. Oh, come on, Canvas. You can do it. As soon as Canvas gets there, we'll look at this. But basically, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be updating our pet shop or our virtual pet code to have different kinds of animals now. So we're going to use child classes. We'll call it ePet evolution. And we're going to use child classes to create different kinds of animals. At some point, I will get to the code here. All right, that's it. Seal pet. There we go. Okay, so here's the code. You'll be able to download this from Canvas as soon as Canvas decides to start being functional. But the way it works is we've got a class called CL Pet, just like we did last time, where we have hunger, boredom, take turn, that kind of thing. And we're going to use polymorphism here to overwrite some of the things. So we've got a play pet here, a play pet method in the CL Pet class, the parent class, that just says generic, you played with your pet. So we're going to create subclasses here called, or child classes here called pet fish. This will all be in the code that you get. So we've got pet fish, where it says you splashed around with your pet. So this is a play pet. You can see it's got the same name. So I'm overriding this through polymorphism to say specifically that if you have a fish, you're going to splash around with them instead of just the generic, you played with blah, blah, blah. And you can see here, the boredom is the same, but it just has a different impact. Okay. You can also see that I have a pet dog class, and you play fetch with the dog. So it's just using a really basic polymorphism to override the play pet class or the play pet method of each of the parent class. Okay. And we have also the different type. So when we say we have the following animals, fish and dogs, what do you want to adopt and what is the pet's name? And so if we have type 1, if we choose 1, you can see here it appends a pet fish. If it has a type 2, it'll append a pet dog. Okay? So then we have each one take its turn. We have here, we have the feed the pet. And then we have the play with the pet, which is blank again. But you need to fill in the play with the pet. And in here are all of the pets, right? And we have the class that removes the pet if they get too bored or too hungry, or not the class, but the portion of the code. So it's basically the same code as the first virtual pet, except now we've got the ability to adopt different kinds of pets. So if I run this, you can see here, adopt a pet. We have the following, okay, fish, what's the pet's name? Guppy. Guppy is already bored. Thanks a lot. Adopt another pet. Let's adopt a dog named Max. Okay, they're both hungry and they're both bored. That's great. Let's check on them. Okay, so maybe I made the game too difficult by starting with too low of a number for hunger and boredom, but you can see now, there's my pets and it'll say what kind they are. But it basically functions the same way as it did before. But now if I want to play with a pet, and I play with, oh, I can't play with the pet. Let's feed the pet. Feed the pet, Max. Guppy already left, so we'll feed Max. And Max got bored, so he left. So now I already have no pets. So again, maybe I started out with something a little too difficult. If I want to start out with higher numbers there, then I can make them last a little bit longer. But if you fill in the play pet, just that portion of the code, and you can use most of this code to fill in the play part, then the game will be complete. Okay, so that is the code, and Canvas is still just absolutely hanging here. Well done, Canvas. Canvas isn't the only thing getting old.